Yo, what is up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. In today's video, we're going to be fixing my broken clutch pedal. I've recently been having clutch issues, so I got the clutch replaced. So about a week after the clutch replacement, my car started acting up again. So I looked into it and I discovered that my clutch pedal was completely broken. So there's two ways I could have gone about fixing the issue. The first option was finding a replacement, and the second option was just welding it. So I went with the cheapest and the fastest option and welded the clutch pedal back together. So with that being said, let's take this thing apart and get it welded. Alright guys, so this is the area we're going to be working in. The removal process should be pretty easy. And let me go ahead and show you guys the damage. With the clutch pedal mounted, it's kind of hard to see where it's cracked from. But once I press it, you can see that it's not fully engaging the clutch. And once I get this thing completely taken off, you'll see how bad it really is. Before we get started, these are the tools I ended up using. Although I didn't really need the wrench, some pliers, a ratchet with an extension and a 12mm is needed, and I highly recommend a swivel head ratchet. Here are the fasteners that hold the clutch pedal in place. The nuts and bolt are 12mm, then you have the pin for the master cylinder. To get access to the clutch pedal, we need to remove this plastic cover. Start with the twist clip, then pull on the cover and it should come out easy. Now that we have the plastic cover out, I'm going to show you guys the mounting points. Here's that twist clip. By simply twisting it, you should be able to remove the plastic cover. If we turn this thing around, you can see where the specific clips are placed. Two clips at the top. Then in the back of the cover, there's this opening where a stud on the firewall keeps the plastic cover in place. So here's the clutch pedal. This is where the two 12mm nuts are located. Then at the top behind the sensors is the 12mm bolt. The connectors for the sensors also need to be disconnected. So let's go ahead and get it done. Once you have the wires disconnected, you need to remove the harness retaining clip. Then you can set those two connectors aside. Finally, we can start removing the fasteners. Before removing the top bolt, I recommend removing the pin from the clutch master cylinder. I think this just makes it easier to remove the pin since the pedal is still secured in place. Alright you guys, that was a pretty simple process. You can see that we have the clutch pedal out. This is what it should look like, and we can see everything looks fine. Let's go ahead and check out the damage. Taking a closer look, we can see that the clutch pedal bracket is separated from itself. And seeing it up close, it's no surprise to see why this thing broke. I've heard a lot of 8th gen SI owners have run into this issue. I'm not too sure with the other generations. Apparently this is a common issue with the 8th gens. When I was removing the pedal, this little piece of metal also came off. So what I'm gonna do for now is get this thing welded. Hopefully that does the trick and we can get this thing running. So here's the pedal completely welded. If you're having this issue, I recommend getting it welded because it's cheaper than buying a new clutch pedal. But if you want to be extra safe, I've seen that they sell reinforced brackets for the clutch pedal. So if you want to go for that option, that's just another safety measure. Everything looks good, so let's get this done. So the reinstallation process is the same as the removal. That's easier said than done, so let's get to it. I started off by aligning the pedal in place, then we can worry about the 3 fasteners. To hold the pedal in place, I began with the outer right nut, and once the nut was secured in place so the clutch pedal wouldn't fall out, I inserted and fastened the top bolt. And finally, probably the hardest part of this whole process, getting the left hidden nut secured. You really need to have finesse to get this bolt secured. And honestly, the only advice I can give you is to be patient. Just that nut itself took me about 15 minutes to get in. Once you have all the fasteners threaded, you can focus on torquing them down. I looked it up online and it should be about 16 foot-pounds. Finally, we can do all the easy and fun stuff, like putting the CMC pin back in place and snapping the sensor connectors back in place. Alright you guys, that pretty much wraps up this job. Everything looks like it's working, so let's go ahead and take this thing for a spin. With a fresh new clutch and a clutch pedal fixed, my car feels amazing. So if you guys are having shifting issues or transmission issues, be sure to check your clutch pedal first because it could be cracked. Alright you guys, that pretty much wraps up today's video. If you guys did enjoy and find the video helpful, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.